Hi, this is Jason Whittle, and today we're going to learn how to add fractions. In this video, you will be learning how to add fractions with the same denominator and fractions with different denominators. But before we do that, we're going to do a few warm-up. Okay. What you need to do is to be able to fill in all these boxes. All of these are going to be equivalent fractions. So if you think you can do that without any of my help, please pause the video and go ahead. Okay, so to go from 3 to 6, you need to multiply by 2. So if these two are going to be equivalent fractions, 1 needs to be multiplied by 2 as well. If you multiply 1 by 2, you get 2. Okay, now again, the easiest fraction is not the one previous to the 100 over something. So you don't want to use this to convert to this, because there's an easier way. You can again go right back to the start, 1 over 3. If you multiply 1 by 100, you get 100. So if you multiply 3 by 100, you get 300. And all of these fractions are exactly the same. Alright, the next one we need to do is on mixed numbers. So express 15 over 4 as a mixed number. Pause your video if you want to do it, go ahead. Okay, the answer was 3 3/4. If you just need a quick revision on how to do this, you ask yourself, how many times does 4 go into 15? It goes into it 3 times. The remainder is 3, and because it was over 4, the denominator is going to be 4. Okay, next question. Convert this mixed number to an improper fraction. So pause your video and try doing that. Okay, the answer is 13 over 5. Now you need to go 2 times 5 plus 3. 2 times 5 plus 3 is 13. So that's how we get our numerator. And the denominator is the same as the denominator in the mixed number. We're up to adding fractions. Now, adding fractions with the same denominator is not too difficult. And here's how it works. Let's say you had 3 slices of a pizza that was cut into 8 equal slices, and your friend had 2 slices of a pizza that was cut into 8 different slices. If you put them next to each other, well, here are your slices. You can see them, that's what you've got over here. And here are your friend's slices, which are over here. When you look at it like this, you can see that if you added up your slices of pizza, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slices out of a total of 8 slices. So you'd have 5/8 of a pizza. And the way you can do this mathematically is you just get your slices, add it to your friend's slices, and you get 5. And if they're both over 8, your denominator is going to be 8. So when you're adding fractions with the same denominator, all you need to do is add the numerators and then write that over the denominator. Now you try. So try these ones, but note that if your answer is an improper fraction, then write your answer as a mixed number. So pause the video and give that a shot. Okay, the answer to the first one was 5 over 8. The answer to the second question, B, is 5 over 7. The answer to K is 9 over 5, which is equivalent to 1 4/5. And the answer to L is 23 over 19, which is equivalent to 1 and 4 over 19. Now let's go on to adding fractions with different denominators. Now this becomes a bit of a mess if you try to do it the same way as we did with pizzas with the same denominators, if you like. So here you have a pizza that's been cut into 3 equal slices. They're rather large slices and probably not that easy to eat, but anyway, just for the purposes of this video, you've got a pizza that's cut into 3 slices. You've got one of those pizzas. Now your friend, they've cut their pizza into 4 equal slices, and she's got one of those slices. So you both have 1 slice each. If you put them next to each other, here's your bit and here's your friend's bit. And you might think, well, that's just 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is not equivalent to 2 over 5. And the reason being is because they're not cut into equal slices. So really, this problem would have been much easier if you cut your slices and your pizza and your friend's pizza into an equal number of slices. So we can do that mathematically, and that's what you're going to learn now, so you can add fractions with different denominators. So have a look at this next slide. Here you have your pizza and your friend's pizza cut into an equivalent number of slices. So I'm going to go back to that last one and just look at your pizza and notice that it is the same pizza, the same amount of pizza as well, but it's just cut into more slices. And now look at your friend's pizza. It's the same proportion, same amount of pizza, just cut into more slices. Each of the pizzas have been cut into 12 slices. So really what you have is 1, 2, 3, 4 twelfths of a pizza, because they've been cut into 12 slices, and your friend has 1, 2, 3 twelfths of a pizza. So if you add those fractions up, you are going to get 7 twelfths of a pizza. So the answer to this question is 7 over 12. So 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4 is 7 over 12. Now you should be puzzled right now, because I have come up with this magic number 12 to cut the pizzas into 12 slices. You must understand, for you to add fractions by hand, you must have the same denominator, because of the problem that you could see visually from this slide and the last slide. Recapping, if the denominators are different, we must change them to equivalent fractions with the same denominators in order to add or subtract them. So you can see that 1/3 is an equivalent fraction to 4 over 12. 1 is being multiplied by 4, 3 is being multiplied by 4 to get 12. 1 over 4, 1 times 3 is 3, and 4 times 3 is 12. So in mathematics, we want to convert the fractions to fractions with lowest common denominators. And the lowest common denominator, or least common denominator, it's often abbreviated as LCD, and it is the least common multiple of the denominators of a set of fractions. This set of fractions, if you'd like, 2 over 10 and 3 over 5. If we're going to convert these fractions to equivalent fractions with their LCD, what you need to do is write down the multiples of the denominator of the first fraction. So the denominator of the first fraction is 10. So multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. Now you write down the multiples of the second fraction, and that's the set 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, etc. And now you've got to ask yourself, what is the smallest number in both these sets? You can see that 20 is in both of these sets, but there's another number in both of them that's smaller, and that's 10. So you find the smallest number in both those sets, and that is going to be your LCD. So in this case, 10 is your LCD. So 3 over 5, something over, equals something over 10. So what did you multiply 5 by to get 10? Yep, it's multiplying by 2. So therefore you must multiply 3 by 2. These two have to be the same number, which was a mistake I was about to make. So 3 times 2 is 6. So the equivalent fractions of 2 over 10 and 3 over 5 is 2 over 10 and 6 over 10. Now, I want you to convert these fractions to fractions with a common denominator, their lowest common denominator. Go. So pause the video and go. When you've done, press play. So the answer to the first one was 12 over 21 and 14 over 21. The answer to the second one, 6 over 12, 8 over 12, and 9 over 12. Here's a recap. So first you want to find the lowest common denominator of the fractions. Next, you want to convert those fractions to their equivalent fractions with the same lowest common denominator. Once you've done that, all you need to do is add up the numerators and then write this over the lowest common denominator. So here's an example. Your first step is to convert them to fractions with the same denominator. So the lowest common denominator of 2, 3, and 4, if you wrote out the multiples of each of those, the lowest number in each of the multiples would be 12. So each of these fractions needed to be converted to something over 12. And when you convert them, you're going to get 6 over 12, 8 over 12, and 9 over 12. So see if you can add those fractions up. If you did, you would have got 23 over 12. Now usually we don't really write improper fractions. So you're going to convert that to a mixed number. Give that a shot. If you got 1 over 1 and 11 twelfths, you'd be right. Well done. Now, I'm going to give you a problem to try by yourself. So when you see it, pause your video. Okay, here's a problem. Okay, if you're struggling, here is the first step. So 7 and 3, the lowest common multiple of those two numbers is 21. So multiply 7 by 3 to get 21, so we have to multiply 4 by 3 to get 12. And it's the same idea with the other fraction. When we add these two numerators up, we get 26. So what's the answer going to be? 26 over 21. And if you're thinking that's an improper fraction, you'd be right. You need to convert this to a mixed number. So 21 goes in 26 once with a remainder of 5. So here's a bit of a goal review. Add fractions with the same denominator. Well, to do that, all we need to do is add our two numerators to get the numerator, and we write that over the denominator of the two fractions with the same denominator. If we are going to add fractions with different denominators, we need to convert those to equivalent fractions with their lowest common denominator. So 1/3 is the same as 4 over 12, 1/4 is the same as 3 over 12, etc. So we can then add the fractions just like we did with fractions with the same denominator. So thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.